Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining the Prevention of Blindness Society's Tech Talk Tuesday. This is December 20th, 2022, and today's topic is iPhone accessibility basics. We're excited to have our guest speaker, Ms. Tara Aziz, one of our resource navigators, joining us today as our subject matter expert, one could say. Today's talk, we are going to be focusing primarily on the basics, so using the magnifier, spoken content, bolding the text, some basic apps, that kind of stuff. If we're looking for things like voiceover, we can direct you in the right direction. We are also planning on having a little voiceover talk in the springtime as well. However, that is definitely a more hands-on talk and is kind of a 201 to this 101. Now, before we get started, just a couple of announcements. First, the Low Vision Resource Center's hotline will stay active next week, Tuesday through Friday. So if you have any burning questions, or if you're trying to learn something or figure something out, you can still give us a call. That phone number is 301-951-4444. Other things going on in the new year, we will be having several health education events in January and February. You can expect to hear more about that in the next couple weeks, but we will be having doctors coming on to talk about different eye conditions and eye health topics such as dry eye, glaucoma, macular degeneration, and even things like thyroid eye disease. So we will definitely have a large span of all of those things. We'll also be starting up our town hall again in February. So February 15th will be our next town hall. And our next Tech Talk will also be in February. So January, we will be taking some time off. But if you have any technology questions, or if you're interested in a specific topic and want to let us know, you can always give us a call at our resource hotline and make a suggestion or ask your question, and we'd be happy to help out. Now, I am going to pass the mic over to Tara. Tara, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sean. First, I wouldn't call myself a subject matter expert. I'm simply just an iPhone user, and I would like to show you what I use. And there are things that might work for me, and it might not work for you. So let's go ahead, and first I will change my eyeglasses. And Sean, can I share my screen? I have the capability to share the screen. Let us try.
You should be able to.
Okay, start broadcast. Okay, sorry.
And right on time, it looks like Ellie gave you a call. Uh-oh, I think we just lost her. Yeah. All right, folks, just give us 1 second here. Tara got a call right when she was trying to share her screen. So she'll be back in just a moment. We apologize about the technical difficulties. This will only take a minute or two and we will be back up and running.
Sorry about that. Although
No problem.
I put it on Do Not Disturb, but I don't know. Tony, I see you online. Can you call Ellie, please? So if this works. Okay. I'm just trying to get rid of Ellie. Send to voicemail. Okay. I hope it works now. Okay. So I will share my screen now. Okay, Zoom, start broadcast. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So we will start the first thing and go, how can I get rid of my face? Okay, so we will go to settings. Okay, and in settings, the first thing we do is we go to display and brightness. Over there, of course, for me, I have everything zoomed, magnified, so we will do the same here. First, I go to text size, and you can see there is a slider in the bottom. I have it like on kind of 85%. And if you make it smaller or bigger, whatever works for you best. That's how you can change the text size on your iPhone, just to make it clearer for you. Of course, I have it on bold text, which is enabled. The toggle is green. The brightness here, I have it kind of 60%, because if I make it too bright, it will hurt my eyes. So in a way, something between 60 and 70% would work for me. True tone is also enabled. What else do I have? Like things might help. Display zoom. Again, you have the large text and default. And if you do the large text, everything will show a bit larger than the default, which they have. So again, this helps me a lot to see the screen. So this is the things that we can do in display and brightness. And now we go to accessibility. I have voiceover off, and my zoom is on. Just be careful when you use zoom. You can zoom everything by double tapping with 3 fingers. So everything becomes very big. And now I'm zoomed out. Again, you can do either the full screen can be zoomed, which the zoom region, for me, it's the full screen because it's easier for me. The window zoom is kind of, it shows you like a magnifier. So it's just a square that gets magnified. I'd rather have the full screen for myself. So again, it's all personal preference.
I don't know
what
how
else?
all this stuff is going up and down.
So again, with zoom, I have it on, like the maximum zoom level, I have it on 6.8. Again, you can have it even bigger than that. You can go bigger when you're using zoom. But at that time, remember that it will be too big and you will not be able to see anything. So for instance, I made it a bit bigger now, and I will double tap with 3 fingers. That's too big. I'll bring it a bit smaller.
Hey, Tara,
Which is still,
hey, Tara, the
yeah.
only thing, when you're doing the zoom, it doesn't do it on the
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, just to explain that, it makes it, I mean, you will not be able to see much on the screen when you are using zoom. Okay, so display and text size. Again, I have it bold text. I have the large text on, large accessibility size. Again, I have it on. And you have the slide bar, again, in the bottom. And for me, it's almost 90%. Because if I make it smaller, it's hard for me to see. So I'm making it as big as I can. The bottom shapes, I usually put everything on with these. Reduce transparency, it's just much easier, like not to have sometimes picture on picture or things like that. It's easier to reduce the transparency and increase the contrast. Oh, and smart invert and classic invert. Many people, I noticed, they would prefer to have smart invert. White on black is much clearer for their eyes. For me, it doesn't work. So again, this is a personal preference. But just be careful. When you are using classic invert and you want to send a picture to someone, the picture will be in inverted colors. And this is how they will get it. They will get your picture in inverted colors. So if you want to send any photos to someone, disable classic invert and then send the picture. It has happened to some clients and we figured a way to get rid of that. Okay, so auto brightness, sometimes somewhere is very, very bright, the phone will know and it will reduce the brightness. And sometimes when it's dark, it increases the brightness. So that's why I have it on as well. Okay, spoken content, I have enabled it, as you can see, speak selection and also speak screen. But I will show you later how it works, because now I'm using Zoom. I mean, like I'm attending the Zoom meeting with my iPhone. So you will not be able to hear any sounds coming from the phone other than my sound. But I will do something else at the end of the meeting. Speech controller is off. Speech controller is kind of a wheel that helps you, but I don't like it because it's a bit distracting for me. I'll just show you if it's on what happens. It will be always, it will show like that, something like that will show. That's why I have it off, so it wouldn't distract me when I'm using anything. Okay. What else can I show here? I think we're done with the speech control as well. Audio description, of course, it describes if you have a video or something, it describes what happens. Again, I have it off. And audio description is available on our TVs. You can enable it if you have a smart TV. And we have many programs now that are audio described. Like we have some NCIS or even the Olympics, the FIFA, the World Cup. You have some of them audio described. Okay, the most important thing in the iPhone would be the magnifier app. So now I will show you what the magnifier app does. Here we have the newsletter from Prevention of Blindness, which some of you get in the mail and some of you by email. What we can do with the magnifier app, you can use it in the restaurants or like just to read with it. It's honestly amazing. So what we can do with it, you can enlarge the text as much as you want. You can change the brightness, whatever is comfortable for your eyes. Again, the contrast you can change. And it's all personal preferences, as you can see, whatever is more comfortable for your eyes. And we have the inverted colors. So again, if you prefer white on black, this is what you have, or grayscale, whatever you feel more comfortable with. There is something else now that they have added to the 16, the iOS 16, is image detection. Again, I don't know if you can see the writing, Sean, does it show the white writing?
It's very faint, yeah, black text on the white background.
Exactly. I didn't know how to get it to speak that, but what you can do, use image detection. For instance, now I have a photo here, and it says, okay, now it's, okay, so it says frame and painting. So it explains whatever is in front of you. For those of you who have the iPhone, so I'll just disable the image detection. For those of you who have the iPhone 12, 13, or 14, there's the LiDAR. And this is very helpful if you have a door in front of you. It tells you how far the door is and how far the objects are. So it's very helpful for just to show you what is available in the room. But I don't have it because my iPhone is iPhone 11, so this is not quite helpful. And I just want to finish with the iPhone before I go to anything which is spoken. And then I will talk about Siri and Seeing AI. For those of you who use the Bard I also have my BARD app. And BARD is the National Library Services for the Blind, and it's their app to get talking books. So I have my BARD app on my iPhone, and I can listen to as many books as I want. So I have many books here, which I can listen to, and it's excellent. I mean, whatever you want, we can have a session on BARD, because this is the best way to get talking books from the Library of Congress. Okay. Now I will stop the sharing the screen. Just 1 second. Okay, stop share. Okay, and now I will go to my iPad. It's all technology, so just doing all these things. Okay, screen, broadcasting, live broadcasting. Okay. Sean, I will disconnect from my iPhone and go to my iPad.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
just to make it easier. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just make the voice louder so you can hear me better. Okay. Now I would like to talk about Siri. Okay. I use Siri a lot for many things, making calls, sending texts. For instance, I can send a text to Sean with Siri. Send a text to Sean Curry.
What do you want to say?
Hi, Sean.
Do you want to send it or change it?
Cancel.
I won't send it.
So you see, Siri can help you send texts, emails, whatever works for you. I think it's something we all can use and benefit from Siri. The other thing I would like to show you is an app which is called Seeing AI. Again, it can help you read things, read text or read boxes or whatever is written on it. And there are many apps like that, but this is just one example of many others. So I will just flip the camera. Okay. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just make this louder.
Reviewed on 0/0. So, above. Prevention of Blindness Socialite Metropolitan Washington at 415 2nd Street NE, Suite 200, Washington, DC 20002. Return
Okay.
service requested.
So it has several options. Like the first option was the text. So if you have a small text, it can read it for you.
Prevention of to the email to com.
If you have a document, for instance, it can read the
All right.
document for you.
Document. Right edge not visible. Hold steady. Processing. Your Eyes, October 2022, Total an experience from the Low Vision Source Center by Sean Curry.
So it takes a picture of the document and it can read it for you. The other thing that can be done,
No edges visible.
it can read QR codes. If you have something with a QR code, which I have here,
Process Classico K-Cup Coffee 10 count.
so it just tells you what it is. For instance, I have this book, and if you can see, it's very hard to read. Let's see if it can read it with the text.
Short text.
It's hard for it to read, so I'll go to document.
Document. Hold steady. Processing. John Grisham is a master at pacing. The book starts fast and finishes fast.
So this is also an option that Seeing AI can do. Just wanted to show you some things that we can do with speech, with Siri, with voice control. So we really sometimes don't need to use our eyes, and we can just, use our voices and listen to our iPhone. Sean, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Tara. So I want to open up time for question and answer for everyone. So to unmute yourself, if you're on a computer, there's a button at the bottom left. You can also press Alt plus the letter A. If you're on the phone, it is *6.
No edges visible.
Oops.
Well, while we're waiting, could you, Tara, do you have a second? You use your phone for navigation as well. Is there any accessibility tips you have for that, for folks to be able to navigate using their smartphones?
Yeah, I mean, I use it. I use the app, the iPad navigation app. Again, I will show you, or I can just open it. Walking directions to Vienna metro station.
Which one?
Which one? I mean, so it's taking me to the parking. So
Here's what I found.
So what it shows, what I do when I use the Apple, let me open it, it's better like that. So I'll just flip the camera again. Okay. So this is Vienna metro parking.
Can you move to the left just a couple inches? There you go, a little bit higher, and perfect.
Okay. So, I mean, I have to move and then it will move and it will say. Usually it says everything with audio. So like how many feet to go right or left, everything is audio. Now it's not working because I'm just where I am. So that's how I use the Apple. I use the Apple map a lot, especially when I'm in DC, because I don't know my way quite around. So again, I mean, it tells me go right, go left. And what I do sometimes, if I don't know the street name, I would take a picture of the street name and enlarge it to see where I am. That's another thing that I usually do, just to know my way around.
Tara, this is Farah Rossi. I have a question regarding navigation.
Sure, Farah.
Is it going to work when you're in a big building? Let's say someone want to go to her doctor's office.
No.
Is this no?
No, it doesn't.
It's not going to help there.
I tried it out. But with the LiDAR, I don't know which iPhone you have. Like for
I have LiDAR.
You have LiDAR, so I think
Yes.
it reads for you the room number or what's written on it, on the door.
Yeah, but from the entrance of the building, it doesn't help me to go which floor or left or right like this.
Unfortunately not. No,
Okay.
I tried it out as well inside a building and it didn't work.
Thank you.
And sometimes even like I found out in DC, maybe when there are high rises, again, the signal is not correct.
Mhm.
It doesn't work well. And not only, I mean, the Apple, even like the Google GPS. I mean, they don't work well.
Does it let you know the name of the streets when you're passing by?
I ask it, where am I?
Okay.
And it tells me where I am exactly.
Doesn't read it automatically. You have to
No.
ask.
Yes, I have to ask. No, it doesn't
Thank
read
you.
it automatically. Of course,
Thank
Farah. Mhm.
I have a question about soundscape.
Sorry about.
Hello?
I couldn't. Hello.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm trying to use Soundscape. Are you familiar with that app?
I've heard about it, but I've never used it.
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
there's anyone on the call who has used it. Who can help us with that? I guess no one has used Soundscape before.
Okay. Thank you.
I have used Soundscape. If I can try to answer a question. My name is Paul.
Okay. My name is Bill. I like to call an 800 number for Soundscape and have them walk me through some stuff. Do you know if such a number is available?
Not that I'm aware of. It's a freestanding app, and there's a variety of options that you have with it. Let me say too. Within the last week, there has been an announcement that the app, it's a Microsoft app, and they will be stopping supporting it. And as of June of 2023, the app will no longer be functional unless another company picks it up.
Okay. Good to know.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Well, one thing also I wanted to mention, I also use Siri if I want to like check emails. So I can ask Siri, do I have new emails? And it can read the email for me as well. So that's another thing, or send email to someone. But that someone should be on my contact list. Otherwise, I have to spell out the email address.
Any other questions today?
Well, this is Paul. I have a comment, if it helps. Tara was describing some navigation techniques, and I just wanted to add something if people aren't aware. I have occasionally used this. Sometimes when I'm in a walking route after getting directions from the Google Maps or Apple Maps, I'm not exactly sure where I am, and you can ask Siri and say, hey, you know who, where am I? Just stop and in my experience, it's been very, very accurate. It'll tell you the address where you're standing. So sometimes that can be helpful if you feel like you've gotten off the beaten path.
That's true.
Thank you.
Welcome.
One more thing I forgot to mention is the spoken content capability, which helps us read what's on the screen. And I'll flip the camera again. And I hope it works. Sometimes it doesn't. So let's try it out. Okay, so this is one of the pages on our website, youreyes.org. And I will use 2 fingers swiping down. Oops, again, just 1 second. Okay.
Accessibility menu, Prevention of Blindness Society of Metropolitan Washington logo, Eye Health. Learn about the eye's anatomy and common eye diseases, including causes, symptoms, and options for prevention and treatment. Good eye health and eye care are important to protect your sight, prevent common eye disease.
So you got the gist. It reads for you like if you have an article or a web page, and sometimes not all web pages are accessible, but many of them are, especially the ones from, the US and Europe are accessible. And Again, you don't want to strain your eyes, or you cannot see the web page on your iPhone or your phone. You can use 2 fingers, swipe down, and it reads the page for you.
This is Farah again. I just would like to remind everybody that as far as CAI, that reads currency too.
That's true.
And faces.
Yes. With colors, it's not very accurate. I mean, they have the capability to also identify colors, but again, because of the lighting changes, the color also changes with it. But with currencies, it doesn't read coins, just the notes, but it's, of course, accurate.
As far as the color, it brings the name of some colors which I have never heard of.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, this is Dan. I'm completely new to this way of operating. Just a question: you've gone through the thing very nicely, but it's a lot to absorb for somebody who is really new to it. Is there going to be a videotape of this that's available afterwards?
Yes, there will be. And also then, if you have any questions or you need, I mean, we can go one-on-one. You can come to our center and I can help you. Just bring your iPhone with you and we can go through all these features together.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sean, back to you.
All right. All right. Well, Tara, thank you so much for speaking on this topic today. I know it's a very popular topic for folks. We have a lot of folks come to our center and ask questions about using the iPhone and whatnot. So that is still available. And we hope you enjoyed today's presentation. We can walk you through any of this stuff at our center if you make an appointment with us.